And this is more like it's within function. So
are we going down?
Yeah, it's within function. So.
Are you ready? 1, 2.
So Henry was a premature baby of 27 weeks.
And then we've got very rarely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cat.
Because of that, there was complications with a brain bleed when he was only 3 days old. He had what they call an IVH grade 4, so it means a big portion of his right hand side of his brain has been damaged.
Thing to look at is a
Perfect.
person watcher, aren't you?
What's going on?
A tiki.
As a result of that, Henry has cerebral palsy, which predominantly presents itself as hemiplegia.
Get your silly thing to whatever entertain him with.
Me?
Yeah, you can be standby if the food don't work.
Henry has other physiotherapy and occupational therapy, but it's more predominantly for his gross motor skills. We found that within the NHS, that's the focus that they have. We obviously want to push Henry a bit forwards and hope through the CIMT that we get more fine motor skills.
Oh, the spoon. Hiya. You were saying hiya.
Oh.
Henry has the ability to use his left hand, but he's very, very quickly learning not to use it because his right hand's so much easier. With him being a baby and developing skills so quickly, the having to use his left hand will just bring him on leaps and bounds. We're hoping that it'll be an assisted arm, so it'll help him with his right hand use. If we get more, wow, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah?
There we go. Clever boy.
Is that for Granda?
That went wrong.
You didn't put that in my hand, did you?
This one. He's a very, very, very strong-willed little character. He seems to have got some stubbornness off me, which we're hoping will be an advantage to the therapy, but we know that it'll also be a disadvantage because he's going to fight this, but once he gets it, his determination and stubbornness will mean that he'll drive through this.
Hello! It's Daddy! He's engaged! He's busy! He's busy!
He's very self-aware and loves play and laughter, so the therapy is just going to be, whilst challenging for him, so much fun as well. He's such a positive little character. He's been very, very ill over the winter and he was still there shouting at nurses and doctors to try and get their attention to play with him.
Ready?
He's a very happy, positive child, which obviously with his challenges ahead in the future for him is just going to be positive for his outcome.
Next one. Ready? Are you posing?
Yeah.
Are you posing? Hey.
You're going to knock him over head.
Henry is taking part in our infant CIMT programme. This means he will take part in 2 hours of therapy per day for 4 weeks.
So I run off.
No,
He presents with developmental disregard of his left side, which means he doesn't use his left side as much as he could do. Henry will wear a cast for 24 hours per day for 4 weeks. We change his cast once per week to check the skin and make sure everything is okay under the cast.
She'll be coming round the mountain, coming round the mountain, coming round the mountain when she comes. Singing aye aye, yippee yippee aye. Singing aye aye, yippee yippee aye. Singing aye aye, yippee aye aye, yippee aye aye,
We were very apprehensive when we first came for our assessment. We didn't know how Henry would adapt to therapy because he's very strong-willed, and taking away his useful hand, we thought he would find it very frustrating. But the fact that Ruth played with him and it was all play therapy, he just loved it, and he just loves being the centre of attention. So that one-on-one time with Ruth just put us at ease, and we knew straight away that this therapy was going to help Henry.
To get out of doing what I don't want to do.
Look at this, Henry, how cool is it?
Take a photo so we can remember what we've done. Okay, show us what we're doing. Ready? Bum, 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 bum. Henry has a list of goals that we'll be working towards within therapy. We're looking at positive reinforcement using his left hand and arm, so we'll be doing activities which he can achieve rather than activities which he finds tricky.
Oh, good
Yes.
job. Lovely acting.
We'll be working to improve his strength, his coordination, his active range of movement, dexterity and sensation.
Good boy.
What shall we play with Henry Brown? What shall we play with Henry Brown? What shall we play with Henry Brown at CIMT today?
Henry seems to be really enjoying CIMT. Yeah, he never complains. He's always really excited to kind of be here. He's got a lovely smile when he comes in. We've not really had any issues at all with Henry being upset or being bored or anything like that. The baby program duration of 2 hours per session is pretty ideal. So the big one with Henry is he likes doing lots of different things. So Henry can quite often be doing one thing and then immediately wants to go on to something else, which is a challenge, but it's a very, very good challenge because we can keep moving around. It means we can fit in a lot of stuff within the sessions and always try and keep it fresh and exciting so Henry doesn't get bored.
Make another one, Henry.
You just did that so you can make another one, didn't you?
So like watercolour, like tipping and pouring is a great like bimanual activity. You've got to hold it with one hand, use the other hand.
You got it, Henry?
You were so excited that you were holding your breath.
So after CMT, we had very limited expectations. We didn't want to over expect because we didn't want disappointment, because at the end of the day Henry has substantial brain damage. You know, a quarter of his brain is disappeared, so we just wanted this arm to be an assisted arm so that he could move it and potentially if he needed to prop something so that he could get a spoon into the bowl. That would have been tremendous. Now our expectations are like, wow, what can this boy do? Because he's holding stuff, he's doing stuff, you know. So dreams we didn't have before, like this boy is gonna drive a car, you know. He's got enough movement in this arm now to drive an automatic. So I think, you know, we've just got all the expectations in the world now.
Today is the last day of Henry's therapy. He has achieved so much over the course of his programme. He's been with us for 4 weeks, and when he started, he wasn't even using his left hand for any activity. Now he's using his arm to reach up, he can grasp and release, he's feeding himself. Yesterday, for the first time, he did a 4-point kneel and he kept himself up using his left arm. It was brilliant.
Henry had such limited use in his left hand. We could only get him to use it when we forced him to use it, or if it was an emergency reaction, he would use it. So we knew there was ability there, but we just weren't getting any self-controlled movement. Now Henry can feed himself with his left hand, he can pick things up, he can throw things, thanks to Ben throwing stuff everywhere with him. So, but that has just given him such a strength to pick up and release. Other item that we never even comprehended we'd get is the improvement in his overall body ability, because he has such more awareness of his left hand side now. His centre line has improved so much, so he's sitting so much more stable now. He's able to support himself on his knees, he's progressing to wanting to crawl and to lift himself up into stand, and we were so far away from that just 4 weeks ago. What's happened in 4 weeks is just outstanding.
Lessons you taught me will change my life. Oh my days.